I got to throw my gum out, sorry.
No, you're good.
Even though I don't want to. That music's a little distracting. Oh, hi, Abby.
Hey.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me, Tiana.
Today's the day.
It is.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
Does it feel weird?
It does.
What's it like being on this side of your journey?
I keep saying that my heart is just full of gratitude. I don't even know how to describe the words.
I bet.
It feels unreal. I lived my dream, it happened, and now I'm moving on to the next phase of life, and I'm just very grateful that I got to be a part of this organization and be a part of a legacy.
Did you take some actual time to absorb and really process what you have accomplished?
You know, I'm hoping to do that next week. I have been working a full-time job for the past 5 months, and so I haven't had time to actually, you're almost done being Miss Iowa. Nope, none of that has happened yet. So when it does happen next week and I'm in a season of rest, then I'll definitely be reflecting, and I'm grateful.
And just to be clear, because I'm old and I can do that, you're forever going to be Miss Iowa.
Yeah.
In the sense that, you know, once is enough. You've really done well for yourself. It was almost like this dynamic where I didn't know much about you, but because I had to get my life together and research you, I saw all these amazing stories and some footage of you when you talked about specifically just how you're a very real, salt of the earth, everyday person who had struggles, came from certain circumstances, and you rose above what the expectation maybe would be from people on the outside looking in. How do you look over your shoulder and talk to that girl who started this journey with all of those, maybe can I say insecurities and uncertainties? That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, the biggest thing that got me through it all was my faith. And so if you don't believe in yourself, believe in
something higher, maybe.
And so I believe in God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And so that is how I was able to get through the week, get through my reign as Miss Iowa, and how I'll continue living my life. It's because I know we're not promised tomorrow, but if I can make the most of today and impact someone today and be a light today, then I know I've done my job on this earth.
Your parents are involved in your life, and
my mom is.
Your mom is, and like, what does she feel about all of this? How has this been for Mom?
Yeah, my mom moved to America at 19 years old.
Okay.
She doesn't know much about Miss America and its over 100-year legacy. And so for her to know that her daughter is out here being queen of a state, it's
I know, that's
kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
A little overwhelming, but she's excited. Like, she helped me pick out gifts for all of the misses that are competing today.
Oh,
she's
amazing.
really excited. I know her and my older sister, they made little pins. So they're really excited.
So Mom Dukes is all in. She's
absolutely.
about that. That's wonderful. And may I ask, what part of Africa does your mom come from?
Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's from Kinshasa, and now she's out here.
What's your second language then?
I grew up speaking French and Lingala, but I've been out here for a little bit, so
you got to brush up on your French and Lingala. That's all right.
We'll see.
I know, that's right. So is there something that you'll miss about being the current Miss Iowa?
Yeah, I think I'll definitely miss performing.
Okay.
There's no other platform that I think allows me to be truly myself. I get to be an athlete on this stage. When I compete in fitness, I get to be a model. When I do my part-time modeling outside of this competition, and then bringing that to the Miss America organization during evening gown, and then being a public speaker, I really enjoy that onstage question in the interview, getting to be personable with the judges and share my testimony. I truly just get to embody what it means to be a Miss America, a Miss Iowa, and so to have the title and the crown, it just, woo!
And your hair, goals, a long way.
Thank you.
I'm a brown girl to the core, and I'm a mom, and I'm a daughter of a cosmetologist, so I appreciate the effort of just natural beauty, but also to bringing out your natural beauty and allowing your true self to shine through. It's something that I just commend you for doing that, I think that that's a beautiful representation for all young girls, but especially the culture. Like, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't say that.
Amen.
So you are currently working.
Yeah.
What's going on with school or job? What's going on with that?
So when I was crowned Miss Iowa, I knew that I was heading into my last semester of college, and I was still a full-time student athlete working 2 jobs, and so Miss America prep on top of that, it was a lot.
What was your sport?
Yeah, I did soccer and track and field.
Okay, another runner.
It was really fun. Really fun. And so when I finished competing for Miss America and then graduated from college, became the first grandchild out of 25 to graduate from college. So
whoa! How many grandkids did you say?
25. So my whole family's screaming behind me. It took, I mean, that diploma was not for myself. That was for everyone. And so I'm grateful for that. But as soon as Miss America was over, I started working for a nonprofit organization called Youth Hope. And they're very known, right?
Yeah, they are. They're a big deal here.
Yeah, I was a camp
counselor. Shout out Youth Hope.
No, seriously. I was camp counselor 2 years ago and really found myself and my faith. And so grateful that I can come back and be the teen interim director and youth specialist for a new center in Davenport and work with those students and pour into them, pour into their spiritual lives as well. And so, yeah.
Is there anything you can't do? Tell us something you can't do.
Juggle.
You do juggle. You juggle work, life, family, being responsible, being beautiful. You juggle in your own way. Because like sometimes when you're young, it's like, oh, I can't cook. Can you cook?
I can
You're
cook
working on it?
We're working on it. I won't lie. I won't lie.
Yes, no worries, for sure. Well, I just think that, it's a privilege for me to sit down with such an outstanding young person. You are an inspiration for so many people, and you'll continue to be that. But I want to just say a little unsolicited advice. Always stop and smell those flowers. Relish in the moment. Yeah. And definitely never care what a hater gotta say.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. It's just it's like so challenging to be in the spotlight sometimes because people feel like they have the right to chime in and have a strong opinion about who you are, and they don't know you. They don't get to see those intimate parts of your inner beauty. So keep exuding that from the inside out and being the best you that you can. And it's amazing that you have a good support system. Yeah, that's all great. So I know you got to get going, and you had a little one yelling at you, "Where's your gown?"
She did see that.
Yeah, they want to see you in your full glam, girl. Well, it was a pleasure, Miss Abby. Is there anything that you want to make sure that you say or leave on this moment, just so people can have something to kind of hold on to?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing is your upbringings and traumas and past do not define who you can and are. And so when you realize that there can be joy in the morning, you have to decide that for yourself. And no one else can tell you, will force you to accept that but yourself. And so I'm very grateful that I learned this very early on, but you need good community, you need people pouring into you, and you also need to face facts. Okay, you can't do everything on your own. That's something that I learned during my reign is it's a teamwork, it is team effort, and to be coachable is important as well. And so I would just share that there's always joy in the morning, you just have to find it.
We're gonna leave it on that. Abby, current reigning Miss Iowa, passing the torch today. Thank you for checking us out. It's all love. I'm Powder. Peace out.
Thank you so much.
Yes, it's love.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I can't be dropping expensive equipment.
I
thought it was the mic.
Can I actually give this to you guys to give to Thomas? It's the keys.
Oh.
Fisher, Miss Taylor. Second runner-up and the winner of a $1,800 scholarship is Miss Brittany Costello, Miss Polk County. All right, then there were two. Now I will read the first runner-up and then followed by Miss Iowa, all right? The first runner-up, and again, the winner of a $2,000 scholarship is Mariah Martinez, Miss Golden Circle. That does mean your new Miss Iowa 2025 is Lydia Fisher, Miss Taylor Road. Miss Iowa 2025. Miss Iowa with keys to her official Miss Iowa car is Thomas Hughes at Midwest Motorsports. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for all your support. We are excited as ladies.
Lydia.
That's right, Miss
Yes.
Lydia. So I had asked before, you know, kind of who had been around and who's an OG. That would consider you being that.
Yes.
So other than just focusing on the years in, tell me how's Miss Iowa changed in your mind, and in your experience, was it beneficial to make some of those changes?
Yeah, so I actually started my first involvement with the Miss America Scholarship Program when there was still a youth portion. So I was served as Little Miss Iowa and Junior Miss Iowa, which were little sister programs exactly to Teen and Miss. Okay. So when you say that these girls that are standing here really are life-changing, they seriously are. I remember sitting in the audience and having my crown and sash on, being like, that one day that will be me. And I think there's a lot of us. Brittany is one of them. We competed in teen together. Okay. I watched Juliana get crowned. So many of the girls have just been in the program, and I think we've all experienced some of that shift of mindset that the Miss America opportunity has gone through, whether that is with language that we're using to be more inclusive, or just to have a better branding of what this ambassadorship really is, because we are in a world of ever-changing empowerment for young women. Right. We are in a very transitional spot that Miss America needs to be that light. She needs to be that girl that is inclusive for all young women, whether you are in an underserved community or you're in the state capitol. Every girl belongs on this stage. It is all scholarship dollars that we are receiving. We touch none of the money, and I'm grateful enough to have graduated debt-free. I know we are all using those scholarship dollars, and it's not something that it's not a princess show. It's not a queen. We are servant leaders, and any girl belongs on that stage if you're wanting to be educated and get involved in your community.